number 5 at Ascot kicks off the quaddie. It is the Australia Day Barbecue 28 January handicap. It's over 1,000 metres. It's a graduation race, and Mark, the replay horse we're looking at burnt a bit of petrol last time out.
He's a gutsy one, this one. His name is 3 Votes. He was first up over 1,100 metres at Ascot on New Year's Eve.
So Flight Tego headed the remainder. Just Act Natural led them at the 200, challenged by 3 Votes. In the middle is Agachar Cruz. Just Act Natural responding from 3 Votes. Now Cuanzo. Just Act Natural, 3 Votes, Cuanzo. In behind them, Shady Grey. Cuanzo reaches the lead, however. Cuanzo's...
Yes, a really strong performance to the line there by 3 Votes. Used up a lot of energy early and still stuck on in the finish, only to be beaten by half a length behind Cuanzo. With any luck in that run, he probably wins. The winkers go on. Should switch him on again and maybe find a length, Mark.
Oh, look, I think he's a bit of a warrior, this horse. I remember seeing him win at Belmont Park in the winter, and it was one of those gutsy performances. You'd love to own a horse like this. He's 2 from 2 second up, so he's got good second up stats. I'm just a little bit concerned about the speed map and just how much speed there is early on, and he has got a wide gate.
Yes, barrier 10 certainly won't help his causes there. Number 3, Tommy Who, also a last start winner, also has to jump from barrier 11 here. William Pike rides for Grant and Alana Williams, but another one who will be working early. We've seen that he's got the toughness. We saw 2 starts ago behind Roger the Roman. He was 3 wide on the speed and stuck on nicely. Drew a better barrier last start and won easily. Barrier 11's tough here.
I'm a little bit concerned about him here from the gate. None of his siblings won below 1,300 metres. I know he won at 1,200 last time, but we'll be back to 1,000 here. That has to be a massive query, and I'm not sure about his ratings either.
Number 6, Slick Sam, the 3-year-old here, the gelding by 4 play. Last start was very good behind Atacama Sky. Got going late, but 1,000 metre journey is certainly its best trip. We saw that 3 starts ago when beating Ferrari Whisper at handy odds of $14. I think sticking at the 1,000 metres here, even though it has to take on the older horses, is a positive.
I was going to sack him after his run 2 starts ago. I was going to give him one more chance over 1,000 metres to prove that he's a 5 furlong horse, and I think he is. I think he maps really well here, and I think he's the one to beat.
Yes, on top for me is Slick Sam, the 3-year-old, ahead of number 1, Secret Assault, 2, 3 Votes, and 3, Tommy Who.
I'm number 6, Slick Sam, from number 2, 3 Votes, number 3, Tommy Who, and number 4, Seeker.
Race number 6 on the card is the summer-loving $5 early bird tickets handicap. It's over 1,400 metres. Another one of these graduation races. And Mark, our replay, mare, she flashed home late last start and it was an eye-catching performance.
Certainly her name is Indy Pacific. This is what she did on New Year's Eve.
Glory Land led for home. On the outside, Point comes at it. Plain Vital's got up near the rail. Barracky Beach struggling. Here comes Indy Pacific coming around their heels now, getting off the fence, and Romulo runs on as well. Indy Pacific comes at Point. They head Glory Land. It's Glory Land on the inside. Point, Indy Pacific went to the line. Oh, give it to Point.
A really eye-catching performance on that occasion by Indy Pacific. Settled near last on the inside, and Patrick Carberry managed to thread his way through the field. Couldn't pick up Point in the end, but it was still a back me next start type of run. The only thing here, the concern, is barrier 12, how far back she gets. She might have to cover a bit of ground.
It's not the only concern, I would say. She's had 11 runs at Ascot for no wins. She has run quite well there on a number of occasions, so I'm willing to forgive that. She's 3 wins for 6 runs over the trip, and I think this is her favourite trip. I'm willing to give her a crack.
Number 10 as well, Someday One Day. First up here, was withdrawn at the barriers last week at Pinjarra when a couple of others went off, and this horse comes to this race first up, 1,400 metres. The recent trial at Bunbury was very good and sharp when Sean O'Donnell rode. William Pike can posse up beautifully from barrier 4, just off the speed, and should break through here.
Had a 70-day fresh, and I think the thing that put me off putting Someday One Day on top is the form of the stable. You know, Justin Warwick has not had many winners in the last few months.
Yes, we've also got in the race number 1, Key to Fame. Now, the form of the Simon Miller stable cannot be questioned at the moment. They are absolutely flying. Aaron Mitchell takes off 1.5 kilos here. This galloper's on the 1 week back up as well. Was very game at Pinjarra, beaten by Main Instigator. The start before that led up Red Paddy here on Christmas Eve, and it was on the inferior part of the track, still stuck on well for second. I think this horse has serious ability and is a real winning chance here.
Yeah, I think likely favourites. If you look at its form last campaign, it split Scales of Justice and Great Shot. That's really good form. Did tail off towards the end of that preparation. I'm willing to forgive that. Had a number of runs, maybe just had enough. Has come back in reasonably good shape. Certainly a danger.
I've got it in my numbers, but I'm going with number 10 on top, William Pike, and just Justin Warwick with Someday, One Day, ahead of the 11 Indy Pacific, 1 Key to Fame and 5 Liberty Rise.
We've got the same numbers, just in a different order. That's number 11, Indy Pacific, from number 10, Someday, One Day, 1 Key to Fame, 5 Liberty Rise.
Race number 7 on the card at Ascot is the feature race. It's the Miss Andretti Stakes over 1,100 metres. And Mark, the key form race looks to be the Summer Scorcher.
Yes, a number of key references out of that contest. The winner was Potent Secret. Let's have a look at the replay.
The shortest way home, and then Durandell, who headed the remainder. Volkov still well back in the field, searching for runs. Smoko at the 200, the leader. Here's Potent Secret getting up on his inside. Potent Secret, Smoko now into the clear. Comes Durandell, Dawn Approach and Volkov, but Potent Secret shook them off down the outside. Durandell, but it's Potent.
A very good form reference, the Summer Scorcher, into this race. Potent Secret was the winner on that occasion, as you saw. A lovely ride from Jerry Noski, got it into a handy position, and for its first city win, it was very impressive.
Very deserved first win in town. I think the ratings at it were pretty good. We were both saying on day at the track that we thought we couldn't believe the price that she paid around $16 on the local tote. I think she's a chance in this race, but I am concerned about the weight swings, and I think she had everything her own way in the last race.
Yes, the weight swing, of course, goes up 1.5 kilos, does Potent Secret. Durandell meets it 1.5 kilos better at the weights for only half a length victory. So Durandell looking like it wanted a little bit further, and the extra 100 metres will suit.
Certainly up in distance will help. Still not won at this trip in his entire career, so that is somewhat of a concern, but screamed back me last time out.
And you've got to like the barrier here as well. Barrier 3 should posse up in a lovely position. The stablemate there, number 7, King's Troop, we know how well related this galloper is. A 3/4 brother to Schnitzel, so has some breeding behind it. The run in the Summer Scorcher was actually very good for its first effort in WA.
He was the fastest over the last 200 metres. I really struggled to split Durandell and King's Troop here. I'm going to go with King's Troop purely on his numbers over East over 1,100 metres, some of which were absolutely phenomenal behind horses such as Japanese Mirrored Spieth.
Yeah, those are Group 1 form lines, as you mentioned, Mark. Number 11, Volkov, went off as the favourite in the Summer Scorcher, but was slightly disappointing. The ride, I think if Jason Whiting had his time again, would come to the outside rather than riding for luck on the inside. This mare just needs to get out in open space and be able to run on from barrier 5. Hopefully Jason Whiting can do that here.
You would struggle to find a more consistent runner in WA than Volkov. Well, the way that I do my ratings, the numbers come out pretty much the same every time she goes around. Very consistent. I'm just not sure she's got the rating in her to win this race.
Well, I've got number 1 on top, Durandell. I think it can go one better and turn the tables on Potent Secret. Number 11, Volkov. I've got her in my numbers again. 2, Potent Secret, and the 5, Candlelight Star.
I want to go with the well-bred number 7. That's King's Troop. From number 1, Durandell. Number 10, Rebel King. And number 11, Volkov.
Race number 8 on the card is the last at Ascot. It's the James Bogues Premium Handicap over 1,200 metres. A 72 plus affair, and a very competitive one to finish the day off, Mark.
Certainly is. We're going to have a look at Desi's Dream, landing a bit of a gamble last time out at Ascot.
Going up near the middle. Corporate Larrikin gave them the slip. Race 2 in front of She's a Virtue. Desi's Dream down on the inside at the 200. Further back, Dendy, Yoshi Knox's Calabria Joe. Corporate Larrikin tackled by Desi's Dream. Desi's Dream sweeps up, hits the front, draws away. Former Kiwi mare. Too good for them, Desi's Dream.
Was pretty painless there for punters who fell into the price, Mark. As you mentioned, it was very well backed, and William Pike should get another very similar run in the race from barrier 3. Grant Alana Williams trains. I think she's come back a much better mare this time in, the daughter of Coates Choice, and can certainly win again, especially for those punters who like backing William Pike in the last.
Yeah, I like backing William Pike pretty much most of the time, and I'm on him here in the last at Ascot. Look, there was a great win first up for the stable. The money was there and it was significant. Previously hadn't really done anything to suggest it deserved favouritism for that race, but clearly there was an opinion that it had improved for this preparation, and it was, as you said, pretty painless.
Goes up the 2 kilos, but that shouldn't be a worry against this type of opposition. Number 5, Fly Tego, Mark, ran in the Crawford 2 starts ago, and actually wasn't bad considering it was last, only beaten 3.5 lengths by Malibu Style on that occasion, only beaten under a length by Quanzo last start. Barrier 5, Aaron Mitchell's Claim. I think there are a lot of positives for this son of Flying Pegasus.
His speed figures are really, really good and are consistently good. The problem I have with him is a bit of a non-winner, hasn't won since December 15 at Ascot. That was over 1,200 metres, so I do respect him here, but again, seems to be a bit of a money muncher.
Number 13, Red Paddy, was such a good winner last start on Christmas Eve. It was a nice performance, and at $10 it got the money. Another one who was building a reputation as a bit of of a non-winner, but great to see the galloper break through on that occasion, beating the stablemate in Key to Fame, which we touched on earlier. From barrier 13, though, Peter Nucky will have to go back and ride for luck.
Yeah, certainly another one that the bookmakers like this horse. Interesting jockey note here that Peter Nucky takes over. That's simply because Aaron Mitchell can't do the weight.
Yes, I'm going to go with number 4, Desi's Dream. Mark Pike in the last looks a very, very good formula here, and her first up run was just outstanding. Ahead of number 13, Red Paddy, 5, Flytego, and 8, Uptown Funk.
I've got number 4 on top. That's Desi's Dream. From number 5, Flytego, number 13, Red Paddy, and number 9, Gaveston Light.
It's now time to have a look at our best bets on the card, and I'm going with race 7, number 1, Durendal, and race 8, number 4, Desi's Dream.
I'm going to top and tail the card. I'm going to start with race 1, number 4, Pre-Selection, and finish with race 8, number 4, Desi's Dream.
And as always, don't forget to check out perthracing.com.au for all the latest in events and hospitality, and also check out our social media channels. Well, it's another edition of Box Seat done and dusted. We'll catch you next time.